Hi guys, this is Pratyush and today is 1st of November. So welcome to the new month and this is the second last month of the new year and stuff. The year has been challenging and so I've been reading Bhagavad for a while. I've been reading Bhagavad for at least 10 years now. Not 10 years, 2017, 7, 5, 7 years. And it is kind of very crazy. Like every time I read it, like I find something new, and which is what even Mahatma Gandhi said or something like this is the like part I agree with. Like I don't agree with a lot of other parts that he said, but this is the part I agree with him. So today we'll discuss about Bhagavad Gita chapter 3. We just go with the shlokas and try to understand the model of it. And then we'll also discuss a few questions that I have with you guys, and then I'll answer them from my own research and my own thought process. And feel free to subscribe to this channel to learn, like I said, about business, spirituality, AI, and what's going on in my life. I'm a college dropout. I dropped out of college in 2012 and I've been doing internet business 2011. It's from 2013 onwards, and did quite a cool stuff and had some challenging years, and the year I was not that great. So was something happened in the family. My mom passed away, and so for me it took time to kind of heal, and I'm still getting healed while I'm working on this project, which is myself and my clients and my the universe that I'm trying to create. And join my community, guys. Subscribe and follow, and yeah, and make sure that you click on that notification button so that every time we come up with new contents like these, and it's going to be very good for you because it's going to be healing your soul, putting you, give you the right knowledge of the right work, and do good things, let's say. So let's get started, right? So let me ask you guys, what is a karma yogi? This chapter's name is karma yoga, right? Let me see, share my screen. Let me see. Share. I use this website, very nice. And you can guys can also use it. Like it's a free website. Somebody has posted their own version of Bhagavad Gita, which is nice and very nice actually. I would also like to do that in my website. After I ask them, or I just like create my own versions of that. Right? Okay. I saw it. I was trying to find how I can make my face a little bigger. I don't know why I want to make it bigger, but like the screen size or something. So all I can do is from here. So no, from here. Okay. Now it's cool. I'm not talking to someone, huh? Ghost. The chapter name is Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. Okay. So, what is a Karma Yogi? A Karma Yogi acts with the spirit of service and dedication. Okay. Dedication to whom? To the Lord. Motivated by the duty rather than by personal desires. For a Karma Yogi, duty is paramount, detachment, right? They do what's required from them without expecting the reward, right? Inner discipline. So, deta- inner discipline. So they can control and their mind and ego, allowing them to act calmly and compassionately. So, also because they're detached from the outcome, they can focus on the action itself and devote 100% energy onto that, and even take spiritual energies from the Lord and the universe to get the stuff done, because the action is not motivated from the outcome. So, and it's more of the tendency that I'm relating him to do. So he can do that with the right knowledge in a better model. So to become a Karma Yogi, I believe you should follow. I made some notes, okay, to become, before this recording, this after meditation, to become a Karma Yogi, I believe you should follow these guiding principles. First of all, recognize your own role and duty in the universe, in the house, in the place where you live, in the wherever you are. Understand what your responsibilities are, whether to family, society, to work, or your soul and your body and everything. Second, perform with intention, not attachment. Act for the benefit of others as a service to a higher purpose. The Gita teaches to see all work as an offering to Vishnu. Okay, which means Gita shares that all the work that you do culminates in the true realization. If you're doing it the pure karma in a karma yogi fashion, the realms in the true realization of the supreme, where the oblation is the Brahman, the vessel which is being holded is also the Brahman, and the illuminated fire is also the Supreme Lord, right? So, like I said, three. Before I start the slokas, I want to just get this thing get straight away going in your head, so that you guys can understand what I'm about to what Krishna is about to reveal in the chapter number 3, and it's all from the data that I have gathered from the years and notes that I made. So, implications of being a karma yogi. Okay, you got to have emotional balance. So you are less affected by highs and lows because you're acting. See, everybody works. Okay, everybody, animal, any living being works, moves. Even non-living actually, not like they're growing with bodies growing or whatever. But any living being, let's say they're beings, right? They've also been worshipping a lot of scriptures and stuff. So all the living beings do have to work to even maintain their material body, including us. If you don't do breathing and stuff, you're going to be dying if you're lying and stuff, right? So basically, you have to do the work. But how can that work give a real joy and the real knowledge and real what Elon talks about? How can it raise the consciousness? So this is what Bhagavad Gita talks about. If you do your work, I think stop sharing. I can stop sharing if I'm talking in English. I don't know why. Right. So yeah. So if you're doing your work, offer that as an oblation to the Lord. And why do we do that? Understand. In you are not the body. This is your body. So who are you? You are soul. You were present even before, you will be present even after, and you are present even now. So you are manifesting your different versions of yourself, right? So just to get to that happiness and the desires that you want to fulfill. But if you, by the true knowledge, if by true knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, you can understand that you are a soul, and soul being energy, there's something called energetic, which is super soul, all reside within your heart, which if you can learn to understand and practice slowly and steadily, you can start you're going to be finding that your consciousness is rising, because you're now able to control your mind and your intellect, and including your senses, just like a tortoise. Tortoise puts down its limbs when it is in contact with sense objects, and if it is getting in too much of a danger. The same way, a karma yogi, even if I'm sitting here, if I can see the Lord in all the realms, and me and my work and my words or my work as an offering to Him, I have a karma yogi. And if I can stay in that state for a longer period of space of time, that what will culminate in the right knowledge. I'll tell you why. Because everything that is being surrounded by us is in 3 states, most of it, almost every of it, except the 1% that I'll tell you. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So all 3 of them are there. So that is what is motivating side. So somebody is, let's say, in mode of passion. It's not bad, like it's a mode of it's a mode. It's a state of mind. But if you can get above these three states of mind and consciousness and get to God consciousness and do all your work as an offering to Him, okay, all the work is purified. Just like before, just like some in some place there was fire and it kind of slowed down because of water. So what happened with water? It slowed down the water, and so the flames were there, and then the flames stopped, and which is fine, right? So you came after 2 hours after the flame is gone, but little amounts of the smoke is there. The same way, if you go back to the time 2 hours back, it was like flaming, right? The smoke is covered by flames. Sorry, fire is covered by smoke. An embryo, right? The kid is covered by the embryo. So you're going to be talking about that. So what I'm trying to say is, if you like, I've been like been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years. Where I've been trying to research, do experiments in my own life. How can I figure out my own stuff, and how can I help, and how could I make other people more joy and happy and stuff. Uh, I did quite good actually. Like what I thought of good life in maybe 10 years back. But like I said, I'm also evolving very pretty much. Okay, yeah. So we were. We back to the notes. Yes. So being a karma yogi impacts all the areas of your life, because you're emotionally now disconnected, right? So what happens? You have a desire. Like let's say I want to tell you honestly that I have a desire to get an S class. Yeah. Now, right? If I get a higher design, just like a stock car, I like a car. That's a very good car. I want that car, right? Maybe I don't have funds, eh? Right? Then I felt okay, if I can work for 6 months, maybe 2 years on my business, and you can get that. Just like I got all other cars and stuff. And what happened? I started working. I didn't saw the results the first couple of days, and started getting attached. Like maybe I would not be able to get that Mercedes Benz, maybe whatever, right? So now what happens? The third day when I'm starting to work on the same project, which is like 6 months, yeah, collect so much money that you can get X class in cash and whatever, right? Or 2 months or a 30 days frame, but the energy is low because you start doubting yourself, and that doubt happened because you perceived it like you're making this much money from day one, day two, blah blah blah, right? But what happened? That things just started not working, and now your desire got converted into lust. Now the first thing it will destroy is, it will destroy your mind by making you angry toward or dissed about like the things in your life. Okay, so instead of that, of imagine like offering that, like that the work that you're doing get to that Mercedes as an offering, as a sacrifice, and imagine serving so many people, that are serving so many people, as a result of which, if you trust the Lord, He will provide you Mercedes in 10, 20, 100 Mercedes. You don't know. It's like so much abundance is everywhere. Just don't get trapped on yourself that much. Okay. And when you're working with that kind of intention, and only visualizing one thing, that all the work that I'm doing is for the betterment of my soul and for other people's soul and for the society in general, right? And keep on doing that great work, it will always transform to a nectar that you're going to be given every time you do that kind of a work. And that is what makes your work more joyous, more like a something you want to be like, you want to drive that, like want to do that all the time. So becoming a karma yogi affect all areas of your life, emotional balance, you're less affected by highs and lows because you are not attached to success or failure. clarity and focus. Detachment brings mental clarity. Okay, now you're not over attached, like you can see through things. You are now an observer. You are now an observer. Imagine there's a tree, right? In the tree, there's two birds. Beautiful tree, beautiful two birds. One that is getting indulged, the soul that is getting indulged in all the action that is doing, feeling happy, sad, making other people happy, other people sad by his anger or whatever, or his work or his action. What if it's unattached? Okay, in the same tree, there's another bird which is unattached, observing the another bird, another beautiful bird doing all of it, and be feeling sad, feeling happy, going through births of human lives and animal lives and celestial lives and demonic lives and whatnot, right? Even godly lives, right? And then coming back to the same state and like so the bird is just other bird is just observing that like other what is happening, like, and also what she observed at the first bird had a rasagulla, like something like maybe like a rasagulla, and she had it and she was like she was feeling nice, and then she tried to have a mango. When the mango was ripe, and she felt like what the fuck is that? Like this is so sour, right? I don't want to eat that. So that's my own version. But what I'm trying to do it, keep on telling you is the soul that is the bird that is indulged in that bird in that tree is the soul, and the one that is observing it is super soul. So do all your work for the super soul, because super soul is one. It is the same one that is within me, the same one that is within you. It is the same one within the universe, and it is the reason for the manifestation or resolution of the entire universe. Like so coming back to the topic. So if you're just an observer doing the work in the right intellect and with the current yogi version, and with every work that you're doing, because it's an offering, it's like a meditation. The work is all meditation because it's like an offering, right? So it's helping you to raise consciousness, and you're going to be gaining emotional balance and happiness with the joy of the work, and to be more blissful than you, which you really are. You do clarity and focus, because attachment means mental clarity. You're not going to be bewildered by delusion. You're going to be able to focus more fully without getting sidetracked by fears of hopes, self successes and failures. And you're going to be having inner peace. Absolutely. So, three aspects that three key concepts we're going to be covering in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 3. Importance of action. Like I said, action culminates in the real knowledge. Action is step one to become a sannyasi, to become that saint, where you don't need to do action. And action. And that won't be chapter we're going to talk about in chapter 4. We will talk about we're actually doing nothing if we are in the right state of what? Consciousness. It's like a state, it's like above the mode of goodness, above the mode of ignorance, above the mode of passion. Even while being indulged, if we remember Lord and offer that the work that we're doing unto Him slowly and steadily, even if we are indulged in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, slowly and steadily we get rose from the level of to God's Paramatma. Okay, Paramatma. In Hindi we call it Paramatma Tattva. I don't know what we call it in English. So like super souls, so like a maybe like a section which is as a super soul. Surrendering the ego, because now you see that the God is involved with all this consciousness, and because understand why is all this thing happening, because it's God's reason. There must be some reason for the life, and the reason is God wants you to raise a consciousness and wants you to surrender your ego and do the good work for yourself and for your society and come back to His Godhead, and not be involved in any more manifestation and unmanifestation, because you're going to be in the in His abode, celestial abode, where there is no sun, no moon, God's fragrance and God's essence makes it light, and everybody is joyous, everybody is happy, serving each other, just like you could do it here as well. Now practice that, and that's why he's preparing you for that journey. And I understand. So why he gives a body? Because soul alone cannot experience. So it needs a body with the experience of emotions. That is like the machine. Like imagine the soul being like a passenger in a car and being driven by a mind. Senses being the like the horses going from a different direction, and super soul residing as a charity act. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Wow. So selfless service, okay? So like why should I do this? Why should I serve my family, my wife, my kids, my mom, my dad? My mom was no more any of this, but I served till she was a very lovely girl. And my wife, my mom. Uh, and a lot of people that have helped me. So what I'm trying to do is, what I'm trying to say is, offer your work as a selfless. Like why you serving in the society? Why you serve your mom? Why you serve your kids? Because you feel happy, and but do it selflessly. Then you feel more happy because then you will feel real knowledge, and you'll not be attached like hidden like if somebody is not following in the way you wanted to them to follow. If they're not following, you're not going to be restrained by like what things are happening. Yeah. Like say, and the role of desire and attachment. Desire and attachment. Desires, when it comes, should be cultivating the right passion for the goodment of your soul's consciousness, not just for your own consciousness. Because once if you start focusing on that sense object, like that means if you think of what is going on the car, yeah, what is all sense objects like that, that's what it is. Like a good from eye, like good, yeah. Good house, yeah, good wife, maybe a good car, and sorry, going back to the good business. And good friends, good clothes. Again, I'm just like night when just like woke up and just like recording this and stuff. I don't want it. So yeah. So that is what. Like start small, observe your intention. Let's so you got to repurpose your purpose and reflect on your purpose. Right? But so let's start the chapter. And let's start the chapter. Start the chapter. Yes. Wait. Right one. Currently, I for use this website. Oh, Arjun said, "Oh, Janardhan, if you consider the knowledge superior to action, then why do you ask me to wage this terrible war? My intellect is belittled by your ambiguous advice. Please tell me decisively the one path by which I may attain the highest good." The Lord said, the Lord said once. The Lord said, O sinless one, the two paths leading to the enlightenments were previously explained by me, the path of knowledge for those inclined towards contemplation, and the path of work for those inclined toward action. One cannot achieve freedom from karmic reactions by merely abstaining from work, nor can one attain perfection of knowledge by mere physical enunciation. There is no one who can remain without action even for a moment, like we discussed. Indeed, all beings are compelled by the qualities or states born of material nature, the three gunas. Three gunas or three states, sattva, raj, tam, which is mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Those who restrain the external organ of action while continuing to dwell on sense objects in the mind certainly delude themselves and are to be called hypocrites. But those karma yogis who control their knowledge senses and with mind, O Arjun, and engage with the working senses in working without attachment are certainly superior. You should thus perform your Vedic prescribed duties since action is superior to inaction. By ceasing activity, even your body maintenance would not be possible. Work must alone be done as a yearning to the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, work causes bondage in the material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, for satisfaction of God, perform your prescribed duty without being attached to the results. In the beginning of creation, Brahma created humankind along with the duties and said, prosper in the performance of yajna, sacrifice, for they shall bestow upon you all you wish to achieve. By your sacrifice, the celestial gods will be pleased, and by cooperations between human and celestial god, great prosperity will reign for all. The celestial god, being satisfied by his performance of yajna or sacrifice, will grant you all the desired necessities of life. But those who enjoy what is given to them without making an offering in returns are very thieves. The spiritually minded who eat food that is first offered in sacrificed are released from all kind of sins. Others who cook food for their own enjoyment verily only eat sins. All living beings subsists on food, and food is produced by rains. And rains come from the performance of sacrifice, and sacrifice is produced by the performance of prescribed duties. The duties for human beings are described in Vedas, and Vedas are manifested by God Himself. Therefore, all pervading Lord is eternally present in the acts of sacrifice. O Parth, those who do not accept the responsibility in the cycle of sacrifice established by the Vedas, they live only for the delight of senses. Indeed, their lives are all in vain. But those who rejoice in self, who are illumined, fully satisfied in the self, for them there is no duty. Self-realized soul have nothing to gain or lose either in discharging or renouncing their duties. Nor do they depend on other living beings to fulfill their self-interest. Therefore, giving up attachment, perform action as a matter of duty because working without being attached to fruit, one attains supreme. And that's the ultimate fruit. By performing their prescribed duties, King Janak and others attain perfection. You should also perform your prescribed duties to set up an example for the good of the world. Whatever great actions great people perform, common people follow. Whatever standards they set, all the world pursues. There is no duty for me in all three words, O Parth, nor do I have anything to gain or attain. Yet I am engaged in my prescribed duty. For if I do not carefully perform the prescribed duties, O Parth, all men would follow my path in all respects. Right? If I cease to perform the prescribed actions, all the world and perform action, all the world will perish. I would be responsible for the pandemonium that would prevail and would thereby destroy the peace of human race. As ignorant people perform their duties with their attachment to the results or sign of Bharat, so should the wise act without attachment for the sake of leading people on right path. The wise should not discord in the intellect of the ignorant people who are attached to productive action by inducing them to stop work. Rather, by performing their duties in an enlightened manner, they should inspire the ignorant also to do their prescribed duties. All activities are carried by three modes of nature, but in ignorance, the self, deluded by the false identification with the body, thinks of itself as a doer. O mighty armed Arjun, illumined person distinguishing from gunas and karmas. They perceive it that only gunas in the shape of senses, mind, and others that are moving among the gunas in the shape of object of perception, and thus they do not get entangled in them. I've explained this one in the let's start, right? Those who are deluded by the operations of gunas become attached to the results of action, but the wise who understands the truth should unsettle such ignorant person who are very little. I'll repeat this one. Bhagavad Gita, Slok 3, 2.9. Those who are deluded by the operation of gunas become attached to the results of their action, but the wise who understands this truth should not unsettle such ignorant people who know very little. Performing all work as an offering to me, constantly meditating on me as the supreme, become free from desires and selfishness, with your mental grief departed. Fight. Those abide by these teachings of mine with profound faith, free from envy, are released from bondage of karma. But those who find fault with my teachings, being bereft of knowledge and devoid of discrimination, these principles, bring their own ruin. Even the wise people act according to your own nature, for all living beings are propelled by their natural tendencies. What will one gain by impression? The senses naturally experience attachment and aversion. Naturally, right? But do not be controlled by them. Feel them, but do not be controlled by them. For they are way, layers, and force. It is far more better to perform one prescribed duty to tingled will fall than to perform another prescribed duty do perfectly. In fact, it is preferable to die in one's discharge of one's duty than to follow the path of another, which is fraught with danger. Arjuna asked, why is person compelled to always commit sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if by force? O descendant of Vishnu Krishna, the Supreme Lord said, it is lust alone, which is born of contact with a mode of passion, later transformed into anger. Know this as sinful, all devouring enemy in the world. Just as fire is covered by smoke, a mirror is masked by dust, and an embryo is concealed by the womb. Similarly, one's knowledge gets shrouded by desires. So the knowledge of even most discerning gets covered by this perpetual enemy in the form of insatiable desire, which is never satisfied and burns like fire. O sign of Kunti. The senses, mind, and intellects. The senses, mind, and intellect are the breeding grounds of the desire. Through them, it clouds one's knowledge and gets deluded and deludes the embodied soul. Therefore, O best of Bharatas, in the very beginning, bring the senses under control and slay this enemy called desire, which is embodiment of sin and destroys knowledge and realization. The senses are superior to gross body, and superior to the senses is the mind, and beyond the mind is intellect, and beyond the intellect is the soul. Thus, knowing the soul to be superior to material intellect, O mighty armed Arjun, subdue the lower self, the senses, mind, and intellect, by the higher self, by the strength of the soul, and kill this formidable enemy called lust. Guys, this is so awesome chapter. Really enjoyed making this one for you. Got some more questions and we'll be discussing this chapter. Like really, like so much gem is in this chapter. Gem, guys. Vedas, Vedas describes the four known main goals: dharma, arth, kam, moksha. So what does dharma mean? Dharma means righteousness, right, or the duty. Arth means prosperity. Kam means desires. Moksha means liberation. So each of these goals is designed to support a balanced, fulfilling life. By following them with the right attitude, you could become a true yogi and the blessed one. And that new as well. Yeah, for the people that are following matrix. This is so what is dharma? Right? Let's explain about that. This is a primary duty of every human being, the path of moral and ethical living. It involves performing your responsibility with honesty, compassion, and respect for others. Dharma is about what is right in every situation, even if it is difficult. Arth, yeah, which means prosperity. This refers to earning a livelihood and achieving material success, but in a balanced way. It is about fulfilling material needs without greed, using wealth to support family, community, and contribute positively to society. Calm, means fulfilling desire is also considered natural and essential. However, it is about healthy desires that leads to joy without harming yourself or to others. This teaches us balance and of this teaches balance and control over personal pleasures, moksha or liberation, or the ultimate goal. Ultimately, every human being is encouraged to seek spiritual growth and liberation. Moksha is freedom from the cycle of birth and rebirth, achieved by the understanding deeper truths of life and cultivating detachment from the worldly attachments. Wow, right? Everything is mentioned, guys. Everything is shared. Guys got yeah, this is so nice. Huh? Okay, guys, let's stop this. I need to drink some water and just go out and just woke up and head and stuff. And follow me on my Facebook, YouTube, and only follow me if you want to follow my content and on my products because those are great. Can be your real value in your life. Hmm. Bye. See you at the next time in the next video.